Joe, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, very good. At this time, I'd like to call the planning board meeting for Township of Franklin to order. If everyone would please rise for the flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Turn the volume down. Okay, let the record reflect that we have member Joe Swade on the phone, making up the fifth member for a quorum. And the first order of business will be to swear in Mr. Doyle as the appointment this year. Jackie, would you take care of that, please?
Absolutely. Mr. Doyle, would you please stand and raise your right hand? Repeat after me. I, Timothy Doyle, do solemnly swear
I, Timothy Doyle, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
all the duties as a member of
all the duties as a member of
the Township of Franklin Planning Board to the best of my ability.
the Township of Franklin Planning Board to the best of my ability.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Chris, the open public meeting statement, please.
Pursuant with the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by the following: posted on the township website, posted on a bulletin board within a municipal building, published in South Jersey Times and the Sentinel.
All right, thank you. And I apologize, I see some residents in the audience here. PB 2410, Scott Skowinski has been pulled tonight. The applicant had failed to meet the notification requirements, and he will not be heard this evening. He'll be tentative for next month. He has some notification issues he has to deal with. I should have thought of that earlier. Okay.
Going to sit here all night.
Yeah, exactly. I just realized, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Next up is roll call, please.
Mr. Brandt. Mr. Clark. Mr. Doyle.
Here.
Mr. Kelly. Mr. Milady.
Here.
Mr. Swade.
President on the phone.
Mr. Ranson. Mr. Cahoot. Mayor Bruno.
Yes.
Mr. Travaglione. Chairman Pesh.
Here. Next order of business is Resolution 2409, Sam DeMeo. Is there a motion to pass the resolution?
I'll make a motion to pass PB 2409.
All right, the motion, is there a second?
Second.
All right, roll call vote, please, Chris.
Mr. Milady.
Yes.
Mr. Swade.
Yes.
Mayor Bruno.
Yes.
Chairman Pesh.
Yes. First applicant this evening is PB 2408, Paul Garofolo Jr.
Mr. Garofolo, I want to swear you. Raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Would you please explain to the board what you're trying to do, attempting to do here?
Yes, currently on 2400 Main Road, and part of the family estate is 2424 Main Road. Due to some circumstances, I got to liquidate 2424 Main Road. However, I would like to keep the property attached to 2424 Main Road and attach it to my property, which is right next door at 2400 Main Road.
Okay. Jackie, all the paperwork's in order, please?
The notices were all in order.
Okay, thank you. Chris, your comments, please, here?
Sure. So this one, very similar to other things we've seen in the past recently, technically classified as a minor subdivision. It's really more of a lot line adjustment. There's Existing 2 lots here, one of which is a farm, both of which have a house, deleting 1 lot line, creating another one, and I can't remember, you're not proposing any new construction at this time, are you? No, just the existing buildings are all gonna stay in their place?
Yep, they're actually going with the sale.
You're all with the sale? Okay,
Yes.
great. So our technical variances, one for an insufficient lot area for the new lot, and an insufficient rear yard setback for an accessory structure. And technically, since one of the lots is a farm in the Pinelands Agricultural Protection Area, the agricultural buffer applies, and some of the existing accessory structures on the smaller lot look like they encroach into the rear yard setback buffer that would otherwise be required. So those are their variances that are all essentially existing conditions as they are on the site right now, but are technically required because it is a new lot line in the area. Yeah, the lot area, the setback, the farm buffer are the variances. I do note my personal opinion is I don't necessarily think they apply. There are some provisions in the code regarding pinelands and the minimum lot area for properties in the pinelands and the maximum density in the pinelands. But since the density isn't actually changing here, I don't think that applies. It's shifting lots with the same amount of homes on the property, so the net result is 0.
0.
So basically, the pinelands requires minimum lot area of 3.2 acres, but you can have a 1 acre property with a single-family home under certain conditions, one of which being that the home will be the principal residence of the owner or owner's family, and that the lot has been in continuous ownership of the family since 1979, which I guess that's when the Pinelands Ordinance was enacted, so a little bit before I was born. And there's also new single-family homes in the Pinelands generally require a 0.25 Pinelands development credit. I don't think that would necessarily apply here, but anything with the Pinelands, you got to submit to the Pinelands anyway, and he has submitted with the Pinelands. That held up the application by a couple of months, so we were waiting on that for completeness. The Pinelands will deal with that, so if the Pinelands says any credits are required, you'd have to deal with Pinelands to do that. Otherwise, there's not much to say here. This is another one of those shifting the invisible lines on the ground that no one actually sees.
Okay.
As far as the buffer goes, the buffer in question is a garage. If I had them sign off, if they wait to write the buffer, is that going to be good help?
I don't know that you need them to sign off on anything, but this board has the authority to grant that variance from, basically to permit that. It's the location of the structure is pre-existing, but the requirement of the buffer in that area is new, because the lot line between the home and the farm is changing.
Okay. As long as the applicant understands, if we're accepting it, there's another layer of pinelands, and if pinelands have an issue with it, he's going to have to deal with it at that level.
Pinelands is the development credits as well as the density. I don't think
Right.
the density applies. I don't think there would be a Pinelands development credit required because you're not building anything new. But the agricultural buffer is a township code, that's not the
Township,
Pinelands.
right.
And
Okay.
if you were to grant it, the variance would be to permit the existing structures to encroach into that buffer, but it would, I guess part of the sale would be that the 50 feet from the farm to the house, they wouldn't be allowed to put any new structures there.
Right. Okay. All right, thanks, Chris. Does the board have any questions?
You said that they don't have Pinelands approval yet?
I don't believe there's Pinelands approved. The application has been filed with the Pinelands. We have the certificate, but I don't believe Pinelands has approved the project yet.
So this is pending approval?
It would be pending Pinelands approval, yes.
And then once you get the approval, then you come back.
Yes. All I can say would be good luck with the Pinelands.
Thank you for saying that. I didn't say it. Okay.
They're a little tougher than we are.
Pleasure?
Motion to open the public?
Yep. Second?
Second.
We're open to the public. Anyone wishing to comment on this application? Hearing none, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to close public.
Move to close public? Second.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Okay.
Thank you.
That was one step. The next step is, what's the board's pleasure on PB 2408?
I'd make a motion to approve PB 2408.
I have a motion, second, roll call vote, please.
Yes.
Mr. Malady?
Yes.
Mr. Slade?
Tim.
Yes.
Mr. Slade?
Yes.
Mayor Bruno?
Yes.
Chairman Pesh?
Yes. Motion passes. Congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is PB 2411 Ann Deschler. Dinshah, sorry. I can pronounce just about any, I can mispronounce just about any name out there.
You did a great job. Getting around here.
Okay, let's start with swearing you in, please.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Okay, same thing. Why don't you give us a overview of what you're trying to do?
Okay, basically, it's a simple lot line moving. This is old family land. It's been in the family for a long time. My uncle died a couple years ago. He was 93. He was the one who left the trees, so that crazy V shape that you see was him having all the outer parts and all the trees that he left. And my dad used to be on lot 18. He didn't care so much about the trees, so he was happy to have his brother take care of all the trees. But now they're both gone. So what you're looking at is the front yard of lot 18 going back to the family homestead to lot 18. So it was part of 20. The estate at 20 is being sold to another relative, and he doesn't need all that V-shaped stuff, so we're honoring my aunt and uncle's wills, where they stipulated that the north arm of their V-shaped property is to go back to lot 18, which is a nonprofit, and that's the front yard there, like literally the front yard.
Okay. Chris?
Again, this one, similar to the last one, although a little bit different. The lot lines here as they exist and as they're proposed aren't quite as neat as the last one. So a lot line adjustment, no new construction is proposed here. All the existing structures will stay as is. So there's a variance required for lack of frontage on an improved street. Which one is that? Is that lot?
Yeah, all the
20?
variances are existing variances. It's always been landlocked back there, so the frontage has never existed. Lot 18's always had a very small frontage. Lot 20's always had a variance, and there's always been an easement to go with that. The easement we just rewrote because the easement would be going through more land, because the driveway goes through the lot area that's getting changed. But the easement's been on the books since like 1971, I believe.
So it's an existing non-conforming condition that's changing, not necessarily getting any better or worse in terms of conformity. So it's technically a variance. There's a variance for two of the accessory structures. Looks like a small garage building is technically in the front yard.
There are no buildings in either front yard.
Well, by definition of the front yard, it's anything facing the direction of the street. Even though it's the functional side yard or rear yard, technically speaking, for zoning purposes, they are in the front yard. Those are also existing conditions in terms of the placement of those structures. Let's see. I believe you had submitted information. Our original report, the survey you provided said that one of the homes is 3 stories, but it looks like it's actually only 2.5.
It's 2.5.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we sent you a
we
photo
called that
of
out
it.
potentially in our report, so if it's 2.5, that's not a variance, that's conforming.
Right.
And then I think also, since we didn't have the height of the accessory structures, they're all less than 15?
They're all 15 or less.
15 or less, okay, so no variance is required there. Yeah, so the only actual new bulk variance required really is the insufficient lot frontage for lot 20, and that's existing but changing because it's never had any frontage.
Okay. No better, no worse.
And then I do have to ask, it looks like there's plenty of trees already there, but the ag buffer also may apply here.
It's entirely a wooded lot that's transferring.
Okay.
It's all woods.
But what I'm getting at is the buffering requirements. Anytime there's a commercial use adjacent to a residential use, there's a landscape buffer is required. It looks like there's existing vegetation. But I'm noting, I don't know if it really applies because we're talking about a nonprofit use as opposed to a commercial use. So it's not, it's not a restaurant or retail or something like that, or an industrial plant. The nonprofits, it's essentially an office use, correct? Okay, so commercial in that sense, the buffer may or may not apply, but it looks like there's sufficient vegetation there already to serve as the buffer. And I think it meets the 50-foot width already anyway.
Okay.
So that, we did have a few engineering comments in terms of, we'd asked for a few updates to the plan. Do you have any objection to submitting an updated plan to comply with?
I believe we did submit an updated plan.
I had not looked at the new one until
Would you like a new one?
an hour. Well,
Or-
to the extent that you've already complied with those comments, then you don't need to do anything. But if there's
Yeah, we
any of
went
these,
down as a
we'll look.
checklist.
I don't know if we got meets and bounds descriptions. We might need those still. But that could be, that we don't need tonight. That wouldn't hold up the board voting on your application.
is that the description, the written out one?
Yeah.
A file.
Okay.
You want one?
Sure, if you don't mind. I don't need to review it right now, but yeah. It's just. Did it come
Jackie,
with
where they're
this?
working
Okay.
on that, is
Okay,
the,
well,
all
I'll
the
give this
paperwork's
to
in
Tim.
order, notifications are done,
Great.
all in order? Okay.
Let's see what it was. Okay, I mean, yeah, it looks like the new plan that, I guess you submitted this last week. Yeah, I hadn't looked at it yet. It looks like it complies to everything from Ed's engineering comments. And that's it.
Okay. This time I entertain a motion to open the hearing to the public.
So moved.
I got a motion, second, all in favor? Okay, we're in public portion on this application. Is there anyone wish to come forward to speak? Hearing none, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to close public portion.
So moved. Second.
Moving second, all in favor? Aye. Okay, gentlemen, well, first off, does anyone have questions on PB 2411? Hearing none, what's your pleasure on 2411?
I make a motion to approve.
All right, a motion to approve. Is there a second? Moved and seconded. Chris, for a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Malady?
Yes.
Mr. Slade?
Yes.
Mayor Bruno?
Yes.
Chairman Pesh?
Yes, congratulations. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Okay. Hmm? Yeah, yes, because we got okay, Chris, any reports,
No, there are no reports.
correspondence?
Nope.
Motion to approve the minutes of February 18th, 2025.
I make a motion.
I got a motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Okay, Jackie, you want to touch on, I see we need a closed session this evening. You want to touch on that a little bit for the public before I ask you to clear the room?
The Open Public Meetings Act has certain exceptions. One of those exceptions is to discuss litigation pending or anticipated. So we're going to go into closed session to have discussion regarding pending or anticipated litigation. And for that purpose, we've already determined that the board is not being asked to take any action, so there will be no action taken when we reopen into open session. So the public has to be excused during closed session, and we'll reconvene, but no action will be taken. Let me just adjourn.
Okay. At this time, I entertain a motion to go into closed session.
So moved. Second.
Move second, all in favor? Aye. Okay. What we'll do is we'll send, as soon as we're done, we'll send somebody out, let you know that, although there will be no action taken afterwards, it's an update, and, we'll go and let you know once we're, finished and closed.
Yes, I would stop it and start it again. Or you can just take notes, you don't have to record it.
Well, and, Bill can edit it also.
No, I just thought. Yeah, you don't want to put Paul next to the next guy. We'll have 22 people. To our, 85% of what we know.
Jeez. Okay, at this time, I entertain a motion to come out of closed session.
Make a motion.
Moves, is there a second?
Second.
Moving second, all in favor? Aye. Any board members have comments this evening?
Mike Ryan was right. Put that on the record, Chrissy.
Okay, with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Joe, would you like to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
All right.
Second.
Moving second, all in favor to adjourn. Aye. Thank you very much.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Joey.
You guys are efficient.
Anytime, guys. Have a good one. See you. Bye.
We know you get paid by the hour.
Easy to be efficient.